Hello everyone, this is Tricker from PokerTricks.com. Today I'm going to show you how to beat the online 50 no limit games. We're going to play a little bit of 25 cent, 50 cent cash, and hopefully you can learn something in this quick 10 minutes. Since YouTube only allows me to upload 10-minute videos, you guys can go ahead and go to www.pokertricks.com and you can see all of our online videos. As you can see, we have quite a list of videos here. These are all full-length videos made anywhere between 25 no limit and up to 200 no limit. Here's going to be a standard continuation bet, even in a 2 players. Their range is going to be relatively tight here, and I can take it down with a continuation bet enough of the time. Even with this guy calling me, I still probably have upwards of 6 outs here, so it's a pretty easy continuation bet. And if I get called, I can still spike an ace or a king, which is still going to give me about 25% equity here to make that continuation bet. And as you can see, he had pocket 9, so I did have an ace or a king was a live card. And it only cost me $5 on that flop to go ahead and see 2 more cards with the possibility of him folding and me just taking the pot down right there. Again, if you're interested in learning to beat the online games for absolutely free, we don't charge like the other sites may, go ahead and go to pokertricks.com. We have forums that you can go to, and there's tons of posters there that will help you with your game if you've got any questions or want to ask about any sort of hand histories that you may have. There's also really good rakeback deals. If you don't know what rakeback is, you're definitely missing out. When you play on websites such as Red Star Poker, when they take money out of the pots called the rake, you see how this pot here, they've actually taken money out of this pot. That's why it's such an odd amount, because the house takes the money. You can actually get a portion of that money back once every month. All you have to do is go ahead and go to pokertricks.com, click on our rakeback section, and sign up for it, and it'll automatically pay you once a month. And you can also check out how much money you can make at our website. We have a calculator that will show you how much you'll make per month. So I'm not really seeing too many good flops, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put out my continuation bets to give my shot a chance of taking the pot down, and then I'll just go ahead and check fold unless I turn something. So, you just got to kind of play tight here and let the players take the pots from you now, but that's okay because you're going to be getting it back in the long run. And once we do finally flop a hand, we can probably go ahead and value bet these players pretty good and take all of our money back. So again, kind of the key to playing these lower limit games is playing tight and not, doing anything crazy, because the players are still learning themselves, or they're still just kind of messing around and not really worrying about necessarily making money as much as just having fun. And so when you flop a good hand, you just want to keep betting and keep betting and keep value betting. And though that sounds pretty obvious, a lot of players don't value bet, especially relatively thin. Say you've got something like ace-jack and there's an ace on the flop. Well, most opponents are going to actually call you down with something like ace-8 through ace-10, so you can normally get 2 to 3 streets worth of value. A lot of people get kind of scared and are wondering to themselves, well, what if my opponent has ace-king or ace-queen or 2 pair? So all of a sudden they start checking behind on the turn or checking the river to their opponents. That's not what you want to do, especially at these low-stakes games. You want to go ahead and just value bet your opponents until they just keep paying you off, and sooner or later they'll realize that they probably shouldn't have given you the last 2 buy-ins. But by then it's too late. You've already made you've already made your money, and you can move on. So again, there's you can learn all of this type of stuff in our online training videos at Poker Tricks. We have multiple coaches that are helping out making videos, and you can see them and play for 45 minutes to an hour and they'll show you what sorts of hands you should be value betting and what sorts of hands you should be checking behind and not betting. And you can learn all of that in our videos. Again, I'm kind of sorry that I don't have a full hour of video to show you guys, but I can't really do that because of YouTube. But again, you don't even have to sign up for anything. You can just go ahead and join the site. I mean, you don't have to join. You can just go to pokertricks.com, click on our videos link, and then download the videos and watch them to help you beat the games. There's no requirement on your part at all, such as other sites out there that charge upwards of $50 a month, or a $250 sign-up fee. Who's got that type of money when they're just playing 50 no limit? Of course, you can't afford to give some website $500 just to be a member of their site for a year. So that's where Poker Tricks comes in, and we help out the small stakes players until you can build your bankroll and go on and do better things. So here I'm going to go ahead and raise the Queen 9 just because we've been relatively quiet on this table. This isn't a standard open by any means, but when you haven't really done anything, your opponents have to give you enough respect that when you finally raise, you can go ahead and take down the blinds. Here the 7-10, we're just going to go in and fold it though. Not too much we can do with that type of hand, even on the button. So here's a limp under the gun by Skylar in Red Sun Buffet. Also limp, but we're just going to go ahead and check behind. There's really no reason in isolating something such as Queen 8 suited. If we had a different sort of hand here, such as a suited connector or a large ace or higher pocket pairs, we could go ahead and raise and force these players to put more money in the pot pre-flop. But with a hand such as Queen 8 suited, we don't really want to have a bunch of money going in this pot right now. So hopefully we can, see a good hand so we can make the video a little bit interesting. But again, this is kind of the thing, is you can't get frustrated even though you haven't seen a hand in 5 minutes. You're just going to kind of stay calm and keep going, because sooner or later you will see your hands. While we're waiting for this, I guess I can show you around Poker Tricks a little bit more. I'm sorry for the small screen, but as you know, YouTube is pretty constrictive with their sizes. So again, you can go here. You can click on coaching to look if you're interested in private coaching, one-on-one coaching. Most people are just very interested in our videos. As you can see, we've actually got someone that made a video at 50 cents $1, and I've made a video at 1-2. These are just our most recent videos. I've made one at 50 no limit, 200 no limit, and again you can see this is my 16th video that I've put out, so you can actually go to all of them and download any of them. There's some on Full Tilt Poker, etc. So here we're going to go ahead and raise the ace deuce. Again, we've been relatively quiet, so we're going to go ahead and isolate. This is called an isolation raise. When someone limps under the gun, what you want to do is go ahead and get that pot heads up against them. Too bad Skylar decided to call the small blind, but that's okay. It's going to actually be profitable for us to do this because Skylar is now putting in money out of position. Out of position obviously means that I'm going to be able to act last, so I'm going to have the most information. This is going to be obviously the best position in poker is going to be on the button. So when Skylar calls out of the small blind, he's going to have to play against us being in position the entire time. It's just not going to be as profitable for him, because look, even if he flops something such as king-queen here and he flops his king, he's got to lead out because he doesn't know if we're going to check behind. So now we get to play with perfect information. We know our ace is no good, so we can just pretty easily fold that hand. On the other hand, if we would have raised something like king-jack there and then we flop 2-pair, and he's got something like king-queen and he's trying to figure out where he is at, so he leads out, we put in a raise, and now he's just completely questioning, are we raising with a draw, are we raising with 2-pair, are we raising with a king, so he's not really sure what, so he's the one in the bad spot, and we were playing a pretty easy hand there since we are in position, and that's why you're going to want to make most of your isolation raises from the button, and be able to play, preferably heads up against one opponent, but even against two opponents when you've got the button, it's pretty easy to play your hand. Again, we're not really seeing too many great hands on the video, which is kind of disappointing. I wish we could have seen some sort of hand so I could talk to you about value betting. But again, you just have to kind of stay relaxed and just keep playing your game. And try not to, don't do anything stupid and lose a huge pot when you shouldn't. And, sooner or later when you see your big pair or your nice suited connector and flop something such as 2-pair, you can go ahead and make your profit. You just really have to be able to be patient, and I assume if you play online poker, you understand the concept of patience. At least I hope so. And as you can see, even though we've not really seen any hands, we've been able to steal enough blinds just from raising in late position that we've been able to make a decent sized profit. So here we go. This is probably going to be the last hand on the video because it's already been 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So hopefully we can see a flop and maybe flop something. We get 2 callers, and there we go. We flop top pair. So now we can go ahead and lead out for $4 here. And hopefully we can get a caller. There we go. Skylar calls us. And as we said before, we're just going to go ahead and bet 10 now. He calls, so now we can go ahead and bet the river for $26 and see if he calls. He goes ahead and folds the river, but that's fine. We made a $31 profit at the end. So this has been Tricker for Poker Tricks, and I hope you come and check us out at www.pokertricks.com, and you can sign up for Rakeback. You can sign up and check out our videos, or you can go to our forums and get help with your game. So if you guys enjoyed this, I'll try to make another one. Go ahead and leave comments, or come and join us at Poker Tricks and join our community at the forums. Thank you. Bye.